We're back. You're watching Tennessee Valley This Morning, 7:13. We're going to take a quick look at your weather forecast before we visit with Becky Guthrie. There's your weather forecast. Today mostly sunny, high of 83. Tomorrow sunny skies, high of 87. Wednesday chance of rain, a high of 88. Overnight lows, good sleeping weather, upper 50s to low 60s. Right now it's a very pleasant 62 wonderful degrees on this fall September morning, and a beautiful, beautiful moon last night. It was just fantastic.
It was.
We're talking about the college fair. The big college fair.
Big college.
It's a big college fair, Becky. Becky Guthrie is with Cleveland City Schools, and she's here to talk about some different aspects of what's going on with the college fair. And we mentioned during the break something about the military aspect of the college fair, Becky. So
yes.
What's up with that?
We wanted to include things that all students would be interested in. So we've invited branches of the military. So we have, we have all the Army, Navy, Air Force, Marines, National Guard will be there, because not every student wants to go to a four-year school, so we've tried to bring variety so that we'd have something for all students.
And if they decide later that they want to go to a four-year college, they've got the military, I guess, the incentive from the military to do that. So they won't necessarily be recruiting, I suppose, in one sense, but they're giving them the opportunity.
Information, right.
It's here if you want to consider that. Right. That's great. And I think, Zandra, you mentioned something about, you were familiar with that aspect of it.
My nephew just, I think he enlisted like the fall before his senior year. And then he just left. He comes back in from boot camp this Thursday, so we're real excited. And he actually got to make his first phone call yesterday. You know, nobody's talked to him in 12 weeks other than by letter. And he is a Marine, and he is so excited he can't stand it.
Great.
So.
Becoming a Marine is a big deal. My son was a Marine, and not everyone who enlists and enrolls in the Marines becomes a Marine.
That's right. They don't always make it through, but he really thrived at boot camp and did so well, and was just, you could just tell a whole difference in his attitude about everything. So we're real proud of him.
And so for those students who may be looking for a little more structure or discipline in their lives, military is certainly an option for that as well. The venue's changed, I understand, Becky.
Yes,
for college fair.
I've done the college fair for several years, but I've done it in the evenings. And this year, Melissa and Cheryl from Walker Valley and Bradley and I decided to join forces. Instead of having smaller fairs, to do it during the day and have it at Lee University for all students. I've done it at Bradley Square Mall before for several years. Last year, Lee University opened up the arena for me, and it was a great change in location. And then this year we thought, well, if we got all made it a community college fair and got all the students and made it open for all juniors and seniors.
Yeah. Now, is it an all-day long event?
Yes, it's on this Wednesday, and it starts at 8 o'clock in the morning until 3 in the afternoon for all students. And we are busing our students over that are interested. There's a permission form that they filled out for us to be able to get on a bus to go to Lee. But if parents want to go, we've told parents just show up. There'll be a representative there from over 50 schools, so and the military. So
it would be good. I would, if I had a kid going to college or looking, I'd want to show up. And just so that I'd have the information to help them, guide them with their decisions. So the parents are welcome at the Walker Arena there.
Or the parents can show up and show the kid this is where they need to go. That would be more like me.
Parent can show up and say, you're going to this school.
This is where I want you to look. No, I'm teasing.
There are a lot of opportunities out there. Talk about some of the funding incentives that are available for students.
Well, we've tried to do a form for the students so that they could, I guess you call it comparison shop with the colleges.
Kick the tires.
Yes, yes. And because all the different schools, the pricing is different, you know, the tuition's different depending on the school. We've told the students it depends on, do you want a small school? Do you want to live in a large city? What are you wanting to major in? Those are all the kind of things that they need to be prepared to start thinking about. And so we've tried to get that information out to the students already at the schools and the classes. And then they're going to be armed with a paper that would have them be able to list the colleges that they'll be seeing, and they could make notes on it and some questions they could ask so that they'll go in and be a little bit more knowledgeable about the things they want to find out about.
That sounds like a great idea. So it just helps them to make a list and compare, and they
Yes.
can look at it.
And then meet with their families and talk about what is really doable for our family, and you know, what is important to me, you know, for going away. Do I want to go away to school? Do I want to stay locally? There are just a lot of things that they have to make, a lot of decisions junior and senior year.
Melissa earlier talked about the Hope Scholarship, but that's just one of the many financial opportunities available. Talk about the various financial opportunities.
A lot of the schools and universities will have their own scholarships, and I found a lot of our students get a lot of their scholarships from the colleges.
Really?
But they need to meet those deadlines. It's so important to meet the college deadlines.
Oh, yeah, my oldest granddaughter found that out, didn't she? Chloe.
And particularly like University of Tennessee at Knoxville, their deadline for their honor scholarships is November 1st. So for students who are thinking, well, I'll do that after Christmas break, you know, we try to push them the urgency. Senior year, you've got to get you know, be organized and get all your paperwork in so that you won't miss deadlines. So,
and deadlines are important when you're doing this.
Right.
And
because you're competing with people all over the nation, you know, for spots.
Yeah, the competition. Talk about the competition. How tough is it?
It is tough. I found with the scholarships that I've done for Cleveland High School, a lot of the national scholarships and the university scholarships tend to be in the fall, and then we have a lot of great local scholarships that will come out after Christmas. So I've told the kids, you're competing usually in the fall, like the Coca-Cola scholarship. You'd be competing nationally with other schools all over our country. Whereas in the spring, a lot of the local memorial scholarships that we have, they'll be competing just with students in our area or students just from their school.
So many scholarships, I've heard so many scholarships are available, but students don't know how to find them. How do they do that?
Yeah,
each
one of us.
Search or what?
Yeah, I tell students get online, and a lot of it is just taking the time. And if you have to take a weekend to do it, to spend time, you know, doing that, we have scholarship information on our websites for our schools, and then we lead and guide them to different scholarships that are for national things that they could do. But each one of us will have a scholarship calendar on our website as well, and we try to add things that come in our office, so that we used to have just paper things to give out, and now there's so little paper. Everything's online applications.
Everything is online.
Yeah.
And you know, I think too, if I could interject here, you know, now this year juniors are involved.
Yes.
I think that will be great for them, so that they will know that a deadline is November 1st and not wait till their senior year. It's like, and then you got to write an essay, and you got to fill out all the paperwork. That's a great idea.
Cheryl, Melissa, and I tell the students that they need to start junior year and actually go and visit the schools, not wait until by senior year. They should have in their mind the 4 or 5 they're interested in and start narrowing it down senior year. But junior year is a great time to go visit the college sites, and you just learn so much more going on the campus than just being on the website.
Well, talk about that. How important is it for students to visit the campus?
It is important, and a lot of the schools will have a lot of things for juniors and seniors. They'll have a day to come, like a campus day to come visit, where parents are invited and students are invited, and they really, you know, recruit and sell their campus that day and let them know the activities that are available. Because
a student may decide, well, I want to go to XYZ college, and it's 2 hours away from home, and it's close to home and all that, and it sounds like a good school. They've got this great program, but then they visit the campus, and it's like, ooh, I don't like it here.
Right.
It just doesn't fit.
I think you can get a feel for a school just when the little bit of time you're there for a weekend.
Yeah.
And then sometimes the school, like my daughter, chose to go across country to California after a year here in town, and you know, you can make a vacation out of it too, but you know, it is totally different sometimes than how it appears, and you can't just go on a weekend. You know, you've got to spend several days. So.
Speaking of scholarships, I've heard that there are just a myriad of scholarship opportunities. Some of them are small, maybe $1,000, $5,000, but some of them have a very narrow criteria for applying. For example, I'll just make this up. It may be for a girl between the ages of 18 and 25 who may be a single mom. And if you fit that category, you can apply. If you're not in that category, you can't apply. Is that pretty common anymore?
That's true. There's things for being left-handed, scholarship for being left-handed. One of the favorite ones the kids like looking at is duct tape. If you'll make your prom outfit out of duct tape and turn it into this national company, they have, it's beautiful to see the things that kids have done and the scholarships the couples can earn.
Is that the company that manufactures
the duct tape?
Yeah. Oh, who knew? Oh, that's amazing.
And you know, there's also one, like my daughter is married with 2 children and wanting to go back to school, but she also suffers with epilepsy.
Yes.
And there's a lot of those foundations that offer those type scholarships, and I had no idea. So I got to Googling one day.
Yeah.
And you can find a lot out by Googling.
A lot of scholarship opportunities. And a lot of private foundations and even private individuals, just individuals that offer funding.
Yeah, locally, the one Melissa touched on a little bit, the Tennessee Achieves this year. We're excited because the class of 2012, there's a fund from Alan Jones for students from the class of 2012. You can go to college at Cleveland State, and he's guaranteed if the money you have from your FAFSA, any grants or the Hope Scholarship, anything that's not covered, he'll fund and guaranteed. Class of 2012, Walker Valley, Bradley, Cleveland, the REACH, the Teen Learning Center. So all those schools in our area are going to benefit from that.
Wow, that's amazing.
It is.
For the entire 2012 class for all 3 schools?
Yes.
Guaranteed enrollment or
The deadline is October the 14th. It's a very simple application for the students to fill out. They'll get a mentor from our community to help them, to guide them to say, okay, have you done your FAFSA? Have you got all your applications into Cleveland State? So that's just one of the local things that's exciting this year.
We touched on this earlier with Melissa, but we talked a little bit about technical schools.
Yes.
I think we're discovering that not every student wants to go to college.
Right.
So what opportunities are out there for other higher education?
We're excited because the Nashville Auto Diesel College is going to be attending.
I know a kid that's in that right now, and it's a very intense program. He's going to be well employed once he gets out.
Johnson and Wales for culinary. We just have a lot of.
Where's that one?
There's one in Charlotte. They've got them all over the country, but there's one in Charlotte that some students go to.
And of course.
And with the culinary program they have at Bradley, that'll be a lot of the students that are.
A great entrance into that program. And of course, Bradley.
Cosmetology. You know, the new
Bradley's
concepts.
culinary program, one of the top 3 high school programs in the country of that type, I understand. And then there's a technical school in Athens.
Yes, Tennessee Technology Center in Athens.
So there are plenty of opportunities for people who don't want to go to a 4-year university, who just want to get a good paying job and work with their hands. And
with the VW at Chattanooga State, they have that program. We have a student that graduated last year from Cleveland that's in the program that's training at Chattanooga State, so they'll be there as well. So
and those are good paying jobs.
Yes,
they really are very good paying jobs. So I guess not everyone has to go to college, and not every student wants to go to university or 4-year college.
But they need to do something after high school.
Yeah,
you know,
they need
some kind of training. And
the difference between a high school education and a college education as far as earning power. Talk about that.
Yeah, we've tried to stress to students that the percentage they say is so much higher when you have some type of training. It doesn't have to be a 4-year college degree, but you need to. High school should just be your stepping stone to something else for your other training, and don't just stop there. But there's all kind of opportunities that are out there, and more training for jobs that will help them to have higher paying jobs.
Yeah, and the earning power is in the tens of thousands of dollars on an annual basis between a high school grad. Times have changed since I got out of high school. Of course, I went on to a trade school. Broadcasting at the time was broadcasting school, and then eventually that program was incorporated into university. But at the time that I went to school, it wasn't. But those are opportunities that are out there as well.
Right.
But a high school education doesn't just, I mean, it's important, but it doesn't cut it anymore if you're wanting to have a good paying job. You've got to go on to higher learning. I think it's great that the 3 high schools work together on this project.
We've enjoyed, it's helped me to have them, their support and the energy to work on this. And I think it's great to combine forces because we have a great community, and to have all 3 schools involved. And we also have REACH involved, the REACH Academy and Teen Learning Center is going to be there. So trying to include all of our students in our community.
Of course, the schools are competitors on the football field and on the basketball court, but when it comes to looking after the kids and what's best for them, it's great to see.
Important to be together, right?
It's great to see this kind of effort being put forth and unifying together. That event again, the big college fair coming up this Wednesday.
Wednesday, the 14th. Yes, the 14th. 8 a.m. to 3 p.m. at Walker Arena.
Valley. And they're going to be bused over, so they won't have to worry about parking. That's always an issue for me when I go on campus. So don't worry about parking. Catch the bus at the school?
Yes, at each one of the schools we'll have buses there to take the students over. And we had a permission form, so if there's a student who didn't get it in and the parents want them to go, if they could get that into us today, I have those on our website at Cleveland. At CHS Guidance.
And if they want more information, they can just go to their guidance counselor at one of the 3 schools.
Yes.
And they can find out all about it, and Wednesday will be the big day. We're out of time, but I want to thank you, Becky, for coming in and telling us about the big college fair, and also Melissa. I want to thank Melissa Presswood from Bradley Central for coming in, and I want to thank Zandra for being my co-host today.
Thank you. I had a great time.
And congratulations again. She's engaged. Did you see the big diamond?
I heard, yes. That's exciting. Sorry.
We're excited for her. We're excited you joined us today. We've got to go, but we'll be back again tomorrow, and I hope you have a great day today. It's 7:29, almost 7:30. Time for us to say bye-bye. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you again soon. Bye-bye.